Joining us now, Kings legend, Scot Pollard in the building right here on ESPN 1320. Scott, what's going on, man?
It's a testament to how old I am when you start referring to me as a legend. So thank you.
That's been the case for a long time, though. No, you're doing great, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for hopping on with us.
Scott, we've
Yeah.
got you from a hospital bed. And for those of the people who don't know out there, your last couple of months have just been wild. And I know I've as much as possible tried to let you have your space. I'll reach out to you on occasion just to well wishes and stuff. But like, what has this journey been like for you over the last, say, 2 or 3 months to get to a point where on Saturday you got a new heart?
So I'll give you the quickest version I can. My doctors in Indiana started talking transplant after September meeting last year. And right away, we started talking about trying to get listed at as many hospitals as I could to increase my odds of getting a donor fairly quickly. And so I had got listed in Indiana at St. Vincent's Hospital there with my cardiologist, Dr. Chowdhury, in charge. So that was all listed. And then about a month later, I was able to get in with the University of Chicago and Dr. Gene Kim and his staff there. And then I left there, went back to Indiana for a couple of days, and then we drove down here to do the same thing at Vanderbilt Hospital. And apparently, my heart was declining more rapidly than anybody expected. So they kept me. They said I won't say it live on radio, but they said I didn't look very good, and so they kept me here. And everybody agreed that this was the best place for me. They lead the nation in transplants year in and year out, very consistently. I believe Duke may have had 2 more hearts last year, but overall, nobody does more transplants of all the organs and hearts as well over the last 5 years or so than Vanderbilt. And so, very fortunate that this is the place that my heart decided to keep me here, and that I was able to get a transplant so quickly because of my size. That was going to be a big challenge, is trying to find me a heart that was big enough to pump this big body. And they did so in an incredibly short amount of time. I've got a friend in Indiana that just had a transplant last summer, and he was in the hospital for 2 months waiting. And that's just a testament, not to the care or the quality of the facility, but just the volume. And when you have volume like Vanderbilt does, they have access to more hearts. And so I was able to find a heart here much quicker than anybody expected, but probably the staff here probably expected it. But everybody else was going, it's going to be a tall order, big boy.
Do they have to find a heart from a person who was also 6'11"?
No.
Or is it a range?
So that's the thing that really scared me going in, because my dad died on the heart transplant list, because in 1991 when he passed, it did have to be from a similar sized person. Like, that's the technology they had. But nowadays, it definitely need to be a big heart. Can't just be a normal size heart from a normal size person. But it didn't have to be a 6'11", 300-pound guy either. And it's a big, strong heart. I feel better overall, even though I'm healing and I'm in pain and stuff like that from the surgery. I feel much better, much more mentally clear now than I did a week ago before the transplant. And that is also a testament of how my athlete brain was just like, it's okay. We're going to be fine. You're going to work through this. You're going to outwork the body. You're going to, push that thought out of your mind and just get better. And there was no getting that heart better. That heart was done. And so, again, very fortunate to have found a donor in that amount of time, because apparently I was slipping pretty fast.
Hey, Scott, I think your wife, Dawn, has done an incredible job of not only racing you all over the country and being sort of your rock, but also keeping everybody updated on social media. And we saw this scene where you stood up for the first time, like less than 24 hours in. Then you go for a walk. And I think that, first of all, people forget how big of a man you are until there's a doctor and a nurse trying to peel you off a bed and trying to get you up. And then you're walking down a hall, and I think everybody else is thinking the same thing I am. How are they going to stop him if something happens? Like, please stay upright. Just how crazy has it been, sort of your recovery so quickly, and again, the support of Dawn being there for you every step of the way?
Well, she has been incredible, at tremendous strain on her work life and parenting life, both of our parenting life, but more her because she's just trying to take care of me right now. So we've got the good fortune of having a really good family and friend network that's been able to chip in and help out with the kids. And she's actually driving back to Indiana right now to drop off number 4 because her mom's going to come in for a while and watch him there in Indiana. So then she'll be back here tomorrow. Um, but also, we've got friends from Boston that are in town, Dr. Wei Chi Wong and Dr. Jordan Shin. Um, they're keeping an eye on me while my wife is out of town. But yeah, regarding the rehab, when she's filming, she's also pushing a chair, a tall chair. In case I start feeling bad, I plop back down in the chair and she's behind me every step of the way, literally right behind me. So I'm verbal when I'm walking and taking these walks. If I'm feeling bad, I start sitting. I go, "Hey, chair, sit down." But it's been remarkable how much I've been able to do. Not every day is better than the last one, but like I said earlier, overall, I feel a lot stronger and a lot healthier than I did pre-transplant, and that's just because I got a better heart.
It's incredible. Scot Pollard joining us now. Really appreciate your time, man. Do you have what is this process now look like for you moving forward?
So I'm probably going to be in the hospital here for another week or so. I've got a few more treatments that I'm going to end up getting without going into too much detail. And then as soon as those treatments are done and I'm healed from them, I should be able to get out of the hospital. But then I'm going to be in Nashville for an indeterminate amount of time because I have to keep coming back here for follow-ups. They're going to do biopsies on my heart. They're going to do echocardiograms on my heart. They're going to check for rejection. They're going to make sure my meds are right, and they're going to adjust them. And so I'm going to have to be here for at least 6 to 8 weeks after I'm released from the hospital, and maybe more depending on how my progress is. But we're hoping to shave that off as quick as possible, and so I'm healthy as possible. And they say, you know what, you're a good candidate to go back home, and you can do your follow-ups in Indiana with the staff there.
All right, Scott, we don't want to keep you all day. I mean, you literally are in a hospital bed with a new heart, and we appreciate you dropping by and joining us and doing this. But there's something that I know, you've had a platform for a long time, whether it be as a Sacramento King or Indiana Pacer, all of the teams that you played for, Boston Celtics, but also as an incredible character on Survivor. And at this point, I think you have a message that you want to put out there for people about not just yourself, but what someone else's sacrifice meant for you in this situation. And why don't you go ahead and tell us what being a donor means for you now?
Well, it saved my life. This man that donated his organs to other people saved my life. And the thing about it is being a donor is the message, and we're going to keep harping on that message. But sorry, can you guys still hear me?
Yep.
Okay, sorry. The message Dawn and I are going to keep putting out probably for the rest of my life is being a donor and how you can be a hero to several people and their families by giving something away that you just don't need anymore when you pass. And it's not hard to become a donor. It's easy to become one. And don't think that for a second that your organs aren't good enough or they won't be viable or whatever. Let the doctors make that decision because they do a ton of testing. They make sure that your organ is going to work well in somebody else's body. And it's not just a heart, it's heart, lungs, kidneys, spleen. It could be retinas of your eye, skin. There's just so much that you can do as a donor to improve other people's lives or save their lives. And so that's our message, and that's why I'm doing these interviews, is because we just want to make sure that as many people hear that message that you're not going to need them anymore, and you can really save lots of people's lives. It's really cool, and I've been educated myself on this, and I'm just trying to pass that message along. And again, I'm going to be passing that message on for the rest of my life.
Man,
All right.
we
Thanks so much for joining us, Scott.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
really appreciate
again,
it.
lots of love here in Sacramento for you and your family, and we totally appreciate you and all your time here.
It's been really humbling, guys. The fans reaching out from all the different teams I played for, as well as Survivor fans that have been mean in the past. Because I was a villain on the show. I understand, but those death threats have died down, and now it's like, good job, we're happy for you, so proud of you. You're a real survivor now. I'm like, okay, now I am. Gosh, yeah.
hey,
no,
Scott,
it's all fun.
I'm now following you on Twitter as well. So congratulations on that. That's big time.
Thank you. Yeah, that's all I care about is Twitter followers.
Yeah, that's right.
Clout. I'm superficial like that. That's all I want.
You did all of this for clout.
That's it. I didn't even need a heart. I was like, you know what? I got to get my social media accounts booming.
That's right. That's right.
That's all I care about.
Awesome. Hey, man, thanks so much. We're going to keep track with you along on this journey, and you're welcome back anytime, man. We're praying for you and super excited to see the smile back on your face, man. That's good to see.
It is. It's good to see it myself. I'm not looking my best right now, but I'm feeling a lot better than I did a few days ago. So, Thanks for having me on, guys.